All right. Settle down, students. It's time for another dreaded year of English. My name is Mr. Ledford, but you can call me Mr. L, Mr. Schmedford, or Mr. Lead Poisoning. I guess that's what I get for being around so many pencils. Anyway, I recently turned down a position at Harvard to teach you fine students at George Washington High right here in Boston in the hopes of putting you all on the path to a better life. Now, before we begin, I'd like you all to take out your English textbooks. That's right, pull them out and disregard everything you think you've learned from this Dr. Braddock Sturgis III. Writing young minds is not about mechanics. It's about living and letting live. And no boring old white guy should tell you any different. In fact, you have my permission to rip the pages out of the book. It's time to start fresh, dreamers.
Dude, my parents' tax dollars pay for these books.
Yeah, I mean, this dude was a lit professor at Cambridge for like 50 years. Pretty sure he knows what he's talking about.
For real? It's made me like a way better speller. Ditto. And my ass got this beautiful ass note from my old teacher, Mr. Perry, who we used to call Mr. P. Man, too bad he got fired at the end of the last school year for rallying the teachers to go on strike for fair wages. Guess the school wasn't ready for someone like Mr. P.
Well, you can call me Mr. L. In fact, I highly encourage it.
Mr. L? It's a little clunky.
You know, Mr. P was the first teacher I came out to. Check out what he wrote in my textbook. Denise, may your future shine brightly as your wisdom, your resilience, and your humanity. Fondly, Mr. P. Now, how could I ever destroy something like that?
God, 2 sentences and his words fall right off the page.
I know, right?
Well, I, for one, would like to applaud you on your choice to come out, Denise. So courageous. I can't imagine the amount of homophobia you've had to deal with here at this school.
Actually, ever since Mr. P talked me into coming out to my friends and starting an LGBTQ student group, the school has been crazy supportive. Jamal is here ally of the year.
There's no place for bigotry at this school.
Indeed, Jamal, you took the words right out of my mouth, in fact. Excuse me, Mr. Flannery. What is it there you're working on?
Nothing, just a poem I'm working on about my mom's struggle with alcoholism.
An aspiring poet. Well, you keep at it, young man. I dabble quite a bit myself, more of a passion than a hobby, really. I'd be happy to take a look at your work sometimes. Maybe I can help it really come alive.
Thanks, bro. Swing by my reading this weekend. My last poem actually got first prize at this year's annual Youthful Voices competition.
Huh?
You know, Mr. P really encouraged me to submit, because unlike my old man before he heard me read, told me there's nothing gay about dreams.
Of course.
Yo, remember when he came in one weekend and washed all of the graffiti off of the entire school? And then told Principal Fleming that the maintenance guys did it?
Well, I, for one, don't care if it's graffiti on the men's bathroom stalls or hanging in the Louvre, which is in Paris, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up.
No problem, Jamal. Nevertheless, art is subjective, and no school should ever try to stifle your creativity.
Bro, there's a bunch of gang signs and dicks. I mean, Mr. P was the one that founded the award-winning anti-gang pro-friendship program, Smiles Not Trials, where gang members throughout the district would get together after school to hug each other.
Yeah. I remember reading about that in the Globe, actually. Why don't we go ahead with some Shakespeare, speaking of the Globe, which was this theater, and what better way to introduce you to this icon of literature than with one of my personal favorites, Hamlet.
Oh, yeah. We read that in Mr. P's class last year. Always down with the barge, you know what I'm saying?
No disrespect, but I know it's required reading and all, but it's never spoken to me the way Coriolanus has.
Oh, come on, Means. It's not bad for your first Shakespeare play. Oh, wait, y'all remember when Mr. P read the entire to be or not to be speech like Stewie from Family Guy?
I can totally relate to it that way.
Right?
Yeah, in spite of my crippling dyslexia, he really opened my eyes to the magic of Shakespeare.
Actually, it may interest you to know, Jamal, that Shakespeare and contemporary rap music are really not all that different. In fact, many people consider Shakespeare one of the first great rappers.
What you saying? Black people can't appreciate poetry on its own merit?
Oh God, no. 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 I almost did my dissertation on Maya Angelou.
Aw, dude, she's my girl, man. Mr. P's copy of I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings got me through all those times when my ex-boyfriend Chino beat the shit out of me. Thank God, I reluctantly agreed to testify against him in that drive-by. Don't think I would have done it if Mr. P hadn't told me to imagine that I was that Korean shopkeeper's daughter.
Well, Mimi, if he ever gets out of prison, please don't hesitate to contact me. In fact, maybe the three of us could sit down, come up with a boundaries list.
Damn, why didn't I think of that? I know, maybe I should just lift that restraining order. I'm sure Chino won't murder my entire family if you give him relationship advice.
Yeah, hey, if it's one thing the Latin kings are known for, is mediated conflict resolution.
Right, let's give him a C-. That'll teach him to respect us.
Dude, you want to make yourself useful? Why don't you come on down to the women's shelter I intern at after school?
Now,
Just out of curiosity, how many times did it take you to pass Intro to Feminist Theory?
my college records are sealed.
All right, guys, give him a break, will ya? Nobody said this job was easy. Not every teacher can make you overcome a stutter on the first day of class, or bum you out when there's a snow day. Best I can say is this guy's making an effort. I mean, for all we know, it's his first time teaching. He's a little nervous.
I taught at Milton for 9 years. The Kennedys went there.
Look, if anyone knows what it's like to be poor, it's us. I mean, these teachers make so little money. You gotta be bringing in like what, 40K a year?
Oh, we don't need to get into It's a little less, actually.
Mr. P may be gone, guys, but he always told us to embrace change, no matter how badly we wish things could go back to the way they were. So let's do our best and give this guy a chance, huh? If not for our futures, for Mr. P.
Word. I mean, I guess you're all right, Mr. Ledford.
True that. So, what you got planned for us now?
Well, I was thinking could watch the Mel Gibson version of Hamlet.
It's Monday morning, dog.
Yeah, plus we've already seen that like 1,000,000 times. Well, except for Sean.
He's an embarrassment to the Vatican.
Yeah, I prefer the Briane one.